Hi guys, we are going to get started here in just a minute. I'm trying to take care of a little unpaid item via Second Chance on eBay. So as soon as I get that squared away, we will get going here. So bear with me one moment, please. And we'll get started here pretty quickly. So we're going to be opening a couple of things tonight. It's Trifecta Football, which is a memorabilia box. It'll have 3 autographed memorabilia items in it. And then we're going to open some Diamond Kings Baseball. And let me finish up this Second Chance offer and we'll be ready to go. And I apologize to the person getting the Second Chance offer. You know what? I had to type you a note, and it's going to be like full of typos. Sorry, that's because I'm in a super hurry here trying to multitask. And once again, apologies, guys. Our lovely people who like to bid and then don't pay are the ones you can always thank for this fun stuff at the beginning of the break. My favorite kind are the ones who say, oh, yeah, I don't want to, I just don't want this. Sell it to somebody else. This person, and I don't even know who this person is. Oh, I didn't realize it was you breaking this. You need to find somebody else to buy it. Like, what? Like, how do you not know who it is? My seller ID's never changed. Anyway, another story for a different day. I think I have the Second Chance offer out, so we are just about ready to go. So we do start with a little information before we begin ripping into things. Feedback, guys, 100% automated. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get the same in return. That's just so you don't ever have to wait on me. Unlike tonight, right, where you are having to wait on me, or did have to for a couple minutes while I dealt with all the other. And of course, the second message there is to say thank you. I appreciate you bidding and breaking and hanging out and chatting with me. And for those of you who paid on time, I appreciate that too very, very much. This is a list of breaks that are coming up. This stuff is already listed on eBay. We're going to be digging into it over the course of the next few days. So tomorrow night is a 3-box case, inner case of Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, our 5th and final case of Court Kings basketball, and a half case of 2019 Topps football. Woohoo! Topps back in the football game with the Alliance of American Football, AAF, trading cards. On Friday, we've got a couple of new releases. Leaf Metal Draft Football hits the streets on Friday. So does Panini Honors Football. We will open a full case of each one of those, as well as a half case of Gypsy Queen Baseball. So we're going to be super busy on Friday, and we are going to start at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific that night. Saturday is another early 9 p.m. Eastern start time. We will on that night open Leaf Metal Draft Football and a second 12-box case of Diamond Kings Baseball. On Sunday, it is Inception Baseball by the half case, because I found a half case worth of loose boxes around here that I didn't even remember that I had allocated to me, but I guess I did, so we'll open that, along with 2 cases of Revolution Basketball, the Chinese New Year edition. Those are 8-box cases, so 2 cases equals 16 boxes, and it is a different configuration than traditional Revolution Basketball. So if you're not familiar with how the Chinese New Year edition works, please make sure that you do check that out before you bid. On Monday night the 15th, we'll hit Diamond Kings once again. We'll do another 12-box case of this on Monday night. Now, for tonight, here's what you need to know. Our first break is Gold Rush Trifecta Football. It's going to have 3 autographed memorabilia items in it, and it's a free shipping break. Anytime you do a free shipping break with me, I'm going to estimate it out the door roughly a week after the fact. Now, that just simply means it will go no later than Wednesday the 17th, a week from today. Most often, it goes sooner than that, but it should not go any later than that. If you are in this Trifecta break and your team is not pulled, you are still entitled to a consolation used trading card. It can be from any year in any series. I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. Because Trifecta is a free shipping break, traditionally I would hold that consolation card until your next package ships. Then I would send you all of those that you're due along with your next package. If you want it sent sooner, hit me up and let me know. That is not a problem. Our paid shipping break tonight is Diamond Kings Baseball. Every team is going to pull cards in there, I feel sure. If for some strange reason you didn't pull even a base card, you would, of course, get consolation cards with the rest of the, when the rest of the break ships, because it is a paid shipping break. I'm anticipating it getting out the door about Saturday. As always, if I can get something to you faster, I will. If something unusual happens, it could possibly slide to Monday, because Saturday is a short post office day, but that's what we're going to shoot for, is Saturday the 13th. And let me check something, guys. I had a bunch of Gold Rush sitting unpaid a moment ago, so let me take a look here and see what Gold Rush is still sitting unpaid and determine what we need to do here. So yeah, it looks like I have got several Gold Rush teams that are unpaid at this moment. One of them is, one of them is the Falcons, sold for $9 and some change. Then we have another one, although I think that may be a time issue. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure on that one there. I know I have one that there's a time shift issue, one buyer they're in a different time zone. So I might let that one ride. And then I have the Seahawks sitting there as well, guys. So if anybody wants those, let me know. If you don't, we'll probably just roll on without them, because, you're talking maybe 30, 40 bucks combined. And certainly I've been hit with far worse than that lately, so I can live with that if I have to. So meanwhile, give me 1 second to go in and update the spreadsheet before I put it back up, reflecting which teams are unpaid in this break, and then we'll be ready to move on. So what did I say? Falcons, Lions, Seahawks, right? All right, let's get that updated real quickly, and I'll be right back with you. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, and I also hit the wire there, you probably saw, on the tripod. And so it went flying when I was reaching over, trying to do this other little deal. And you got a crazy view of everything then and now, because it went nuts and busted up my little camera view and my tripod and everything. Got a nice view of the ceiling fan though, right? Okay, now we're back in business. It's going to be one of those nights, isn't it? I can already feel that coming. And let me put in the third one. And we got that in. Now, let's try that again without taking you on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. So guys, this is the 2019 Gold Rush Trifecta Series 2. It is break number 5. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Wednesday night, the 10th of April. As you see there, and we just talked about, we do have some unpaid teams in here. That's the Falcons and the Lions and the Seahawks. The Truth for Once, you said you would like to pick up the Falcons. Is that right? So if you want to pick those up, we can arrange that real quickly here before we tear into this. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get the tripod somewhat leveled back out, since I managed to catch the cord and dump the whole thing in the floor a while ago. James, the Lions is the one that I'm pretty sure is somebody that I think that is somebody that I know, and that may be like a time shift issue. But hang on and let me double check that real quick, and I'll tell you here in 1 second. Okay, bear with me, and James, and I'll tell you on that. Hang tight for a second, guys. So the Truth for Once, are you good with, if I type in my PayPal information, are you good with just sending it over? Or do you need me to invoice you specifically for the Falcons? Obviously, it's easier if you're able to just log in and do it, but if not, then I can, take care of it. Yeah, that is the one I was thinking about. So the Lions, guys, I'm actually not going to offer up because I do know who that is, and I think that's just maybe a time zone thing. So I'm not really going to offer that one up, and I just wanted to double check that. Let me check on the Seahawks for you, James, and see where we are with that. So yeah, the Seahawks I can make available, and the Falcons as well. Either one of those. And the Falcons we've already got to pick up on, of course, which is The Truth for Once. Thank you very much. And there is my PayPal email typed in there. And I'll go ahead and get this updated to reflect that. For the Falcons. Thank you everyone for your patience. I know it's a drag when we have to stop and deal with these unpaid items. I'm sorry that we have to do it this way. It makes life unhappy. So The Truth for Once, if you'll just let me know when you have yours taken care of, your payment, I would appreciate it. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and get this order canceled on eBay for the person that didn't pay for the Falcons. And let's get the Falcons out of here. And James, you were asking about the Seahawks. Let me check and tell you real quickly. Let me get back on that page and I will give you that answer. It is loading. eBay pages loading. All right, the Seahawks looks like $7.49, James, is where we sit on the Seahawks. If you happen to want to pick those up, you can just let me know yay or nay. If it goes, fine. If it doesn't, I'll just see what happens with it, basically. Either way is okay there. So, James, you just let me know, and then if you can holler in The Truth for Once when you are squared away with the Falcons, we'll be rolling on. All right, James, you want them? Awesome. You've got my PayPal info there in chat, a couple of spaces up. So if I think you are cool with just sending it over yourself, the best I recall. So let me update the spreadsheet for you here. Now, why did one? Well, it doesn't matter, I don't guess. All right, let's get that in there for you. And get the Seahawks canceled out in eBay. And then we're going to be just about ready to go. Everybody, thank you for your patience. This is not fun. I know it's not fun. Yeah, 9 is fine. The Truth for Once on your Falcons. Yes, that is fine. And 749 was the Seahawks. James, I think you know that, so you're good with that. And then just let me know, you guys, when you're ready. Meanwhile, we're going to go back here and get started on getting the Trifecta's spreadsheet back up, since I've got it updated now. We can now see the new info on there. Of course, we've already talked about, it ended tonight on eBay. We had some unpaid. 2 of them I did offer up as second chance. The Atlanta Falcons being picked up by Truth for Once, and the Seattle Seahawks being picked up on a second chance by James. And we are all settled in there. So now we're ready to get into this. So, James, you're all squared away. Perfect. And The Truth for Once, are you squared away as well, sir? Are we good to rock and roll here, kids? I'm gonna assume we are, and just go forth here. You all have been kindly waiting for this, so we're gonna just go on and get moving. I'm gonna try to do this maybe without dumping the camera in the floor, since we've already done that tonight. But I want to show you the seams. So there's the Gold Rush tape. This is the top of the box. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom of the box. So once again, you can see it's all still sealed up and everything like it should be. And we're going to try, you know, I usually get this out through the front. Wonder if it'd be easier to get it out through the back. Let's try it. And not have all that packing material come out first. We just get straight to the item. Oh, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Ooh, I think we're going to have a 16 by 20 photograph. Yep, we are. So this is a 16 by 20 photograph. Holy cow. Coming out. A mini helmet and a jersey. And, oh, that might work better. Just help me remember that going forward, huh? We just go from the bottom and life is better. So the 16 by 20, let's do it last because it's huge. So let's take a look at this first. We have ourselves a little Jets autograph mini helmet chrome variation. And that looks like your man Sam Darnold, although it's so reflective, it is making it difficult for me to show it to you well. But it is the one and only Sam Darnold for the Jets with a nice chrome mini helmet. Our second hit, we have a Mark Ingram autographed jersey. I see I forgot to, with all the fun and excitement tonight, what did I forget to do? Change the focus, didn't I? I did. Let me hold that up for a second. Change this a little bit, and now take a look at it. Yeah, it's a little better. Not zooming in and out. There's your signature, your JSA authentication sticker, your JSA authentication card. So Mark Ingram and the Saints with the jersey, the Sam Darnold Jets mini helmet, the chrome variation. Now we got to look at the big kahuna, this giant 16 by 20 photograph in here is what comes out for our third item. Echo, you're happy about getting the Jets? Did you have them tonight? The Jets were you? Yeah? If so, that was an excellent hit. Stang Lover, you're looking for Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck in the photograph. Well, let's see who it is, kids. Let's get ourselves down here to it. A Patriot. We got a Patriot of some sort. I think that's Sony Michel. I'm going to try to prop it so I can pick it up and show it to you this way. So obviously the big glare is from the overhead light, but there is the signature on it. I am pretty sure that's Sony Michel. It's probably going to tell us on the bottom. It's Beckett authenticated. You can see that over there in the corner. And let's just check on the back. Yes, it is Sony Michel. So there's your Beckett authentication and the sticker on the back that does identify the photograph as Sony. So our hits tonight, the gigantic 16 by 20 Sony Michel autographed photograph for the Patriots, the Sam Darnold autographed chrome mini helmet for the Jets, and then the Mark Ingram autographed football jersey for the Saints. Those are our trifecta items tonight. So give me 1 second to get these put away, and we're going to get rolling with Diamond Kings. I do like those trifecta boxes. I mean, they do tend to give us pretty good stuff as a whole. I mean, I think every one we've opened, we've had, I would say anyway, we've had some pretty nice hits. So hopefully you guys agree with that. Let's get our spreadsheet back up and take a look at Diamond Kings, our new release for today. So once again, if you didn't see this earlier, the free shipping break, what we just opened, will be on the way no later than Wednesday, a week from today. Most likely will be sooner, but won't be any later than that. And of course, if you got skunked in that one and you want your consolation card sent right away, let me know. Otherwise, it will ship out when your next package ships. Paid shipping break, what we're getting ready to go into, Diamond Kings, should be on the way to you, I hope, Saturday. As always, if I can get it out faster, I will. Saturday is a short post office day. There's a slight possibility it could slide to Monday, but I'm hopeful Saturday will be the correct answer. A 12-box case of 2019 Diamond Kings baseball. It's called an inner case simply because they put two 12-box cases in a bigger box, and then they call them inner cases and master cases. I know, it's silly, but anyway. Of course, it also ended tonight on eBay because it just came out today. Wednesday, the 10th of April. We've got, of course, our team names on one side, our winning bidders across from it, and we had one in here that's going to be wrong. I need to fix it because it went second chance right there. So let's fix that real quickly because it was unpaid, and I got it done ahead of time. See, so here I was thinking, oh, I'll get that done ahead of time. We won't have to worry about it tonight. And then I had all that unpaid stuff in Trifecta, and we still ended up having to worry about it tonight. But anyway, it is fixed now and correctly reflects that that was picked up by P. McMillan 2011. The Cleveland Indians was done on eBay through a second chance because P. McMillan was our underbidder for that tonight. All right, let's get cracking on this. So we're going to have, I don't know, I think this is about 1,200 cards maybe in this break, something like that. So it'll take us a fair amount of time to get through it all, but hopefully it's going to be well worth it. This is one of those either or things, meaning it's got two hits in it. They can be autographs or memorabilia cards or some combination of the two. So that's a popular thing that Panini has decided to do lately. A lot of their things have been either ors in recent months. So we never know what we're going to find, but hopefully it's going to be awesome. Stang Lover, you said you interrupted the McMillan streak of teams there. Well, P. McMillan did buy a lot of teams, and I appreciate that. And also then was kind enough to come in and pick up, by way of eBay second chance, the Indians as well when that person did not pay. So it worked out well in that regard. We do actually have someone else in here who hasn't paid as well, but it is a bidder that is known to me, and the dollar amount is such that I'm not really gonna sweat it, primarily because I do know them, and also I don't want to disrupt all of our breaks again. So we're gonna just keep on going, and hopefully that'll work out somewhere along the way. So as with any of the Panini or Leaf products, these do not have specific team names on them. Panini does, however, of course, put the city on them, which is helpful. But I will tell you one thing. There are also cards in here of old-timers, like old-timers, you know, like Jimmy Fox, Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth kind of old-timers. And some of those cards are for the New York Giants. Haha, yeah, right? Did you even know there were New York Giants? There were, way back when. And those former New York Giants are the current San Francisco Giants. And to make things even more confusing, their colors are pretty similar to today's current New York Mets, although that's a completely different franchise. So if we pull some old-timers out of here that are New York Giants era old-timers, they're going to go to the San Francisco Giants, since cards always stay with their franchise. Now, if that didn't make sense to somebody, please jump in and let me know so that I can try to explain it to you better. But basically, I think most of you know how it works. You know, like, for instance, the former Montreal Expos are the current Washington Nationals, so those cards go to the Nationals and like that. But I do know there are always, almost always, there are New York Giants cards and Diamond Kings, and then you have to explain that those are really headed off to, you know, the San Francisco Giants. And there is a nice little portrait card, and I'm just checking a few of these out as we go through this first pack. We're taking an extra minute to see things that might be numbered or not, and just kind of examine them since it's a new product and this is our first break in our first box. But that, of course, was a portrait of Pujols there. Justin Verlander, this is a crowning moment insert. And that, of course, is when he was a Tiger. So again, guys, and these are not always going to be players with their current teams. Some of these are players on their prior teams. Jay Rivers Walsh is here. Hi, Jay Rivers Walsh. And there's a flashback Maddox when he was with Chicago. So there's a lot of little nuances in there. And that, for instance, is one that Jay Rivers was talking about, Eddie Stanky, saying he was with the Boston Braves. So that is another one that, you know, we have to pay a little bit of attention to because some of those things show up in here. Caleb Ferguson, that's just a rookie. It's not numbered, so we're not going to sweat that one. It's a nice little Ty Cobb insert for Detroit, also unnumbered. Kind of taking a little extra time first way through to figure out what's numbered and what isn't. We've got a redemption. It's going to sit right there, face down, until we get to the end of the break. And then at the end of the break, we'll flip it over, find out who's on the other side, and we'll go to the Panini website, find out what it's numbered to. There's a nice little framed Ozzie Albies for Atlanta. A Gallery of Stars, Jose Altuve. And I think I'm actually going to set our framed cards aside, so bear with me a second. Let me get that. We'll get that one set off separate, just in case anybody wants to recap those at some point along the way, because they might. You never know. Anything is possible. There's an artist proof. We'll find, I'm sure, plenty of those. We typically do. This particular one is Roger Maris. Those are not generally numbered, but they are still kind of cool, I think. Always like hitting an artist proof. There's my man, Johnny Bench. Y'all know how I love my Johnny Bench. Ken Griffey Jr. framed for the Mariners. A Gallery of Stars. Ken Griffey Jr. right behind it. Back-to-back Ken Griffey Jr. And we've only, I guess, found one of our hits, the redemption. But here's our other one, and that is De Los Santos. You've got a nice it's kind of a thick card, so you've got a pretty decent little relic in there. It is numbered to 99. Usually if you hit the thicker cards, the relics have a little more pizzazz. They've cut them off a different part of the uniform than when you get them on a thin card, so that's a nice hit. An Aaron Judge downtown insert, as they've decided to bring downtown over to baseball. And everybody's probably seen that they are bringing Prism back to baseball this year too, right? Shohei Ohtani insert. Yeah, so for the first time in, gosh, several years. Like maybe since, I got to think about that. Oh, there's Kikuchi. Yusei Kikuchi for the Mariners. It might be all the way back to like 2011 or 2012 since they've done Prism. 2013, somewhere in there. It's been several years anyway since they've done a Prism baseball release. So kind of cool that we're gonna get that this year, I think. A crowning moment for Pedro Martinez and Boston Red Sox. Taylor Ward for the Angels. Another one of our little pack filler things. This is a throwback Mathewson for New York. This, as a matter of fact, is one of those New York Giants, which became San Francisco Giants kind of deal, I do believe. So just a reminder about that. I know people jump in and out, but That's kind of a weird one. Mostly, you know, it is, because honestly, till I started really doing breaks, I didn't know very much about the New York Giants myself. Patty. Hi, Patty. As you say, pitching for Kikuchi for the Mariners right now. How's he doing? What's it looking like? Tell you what, I'm going to take this brace off. It does help my wrist, but it just, I don't know, makes my hand feel clunky. It's harder, I think, to deal with the cards with the brace on, even though my poor little carpal tunnel wrist could use the help. Tied game, but he looks good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's supposed to be very good. So we hope that, obviously, that turns out to be the case in the long run, but he's supposed to be. So we'll have lots of Diamond Kings to open. We'll be opening this for probably a couple of weeks, because I do have a decent amount of it. You know, we usually open 6 to 8 of the 12 box cases, and it's probably what we'll do again this year, a similar number. All right, we've got a Rhys Hoskins for the Phillies. And I always like it when we get the little extra relics in there. So we got 4 total relics. One of them is a piece of the bat. One of them has a pinstripe on it. Diamond Deco. And I think that's kind of cool. I like that card. That is the nice thing about Diamond Kings. You get some really fun stuff in it. And I do like that they put in some of the old cards. Like Patty says, the old-timer cards. There's Miguel Cabrera. And back when he was a Marlin, you'll see it says Florida up there. So that was a Marlin card, a Gallery of Stars, Aaron Judge for the Yankees. George Brett and the Kansas City Royals. And a little blank spacer, filler, whatever you want to call it. Flashback Nolan Ryan when he was a Met. There is a portrait for Molina, Cardinals. Alex Bregman and the Astros. Followed by an Acuna insert for the Atlanta Braves. Next up, there's a Wade Boggs flashback for Boston Red Sox. Here comes Kershaw for the Dodgers. And then we have a Gleyber Torres portrait for the Yankees. Crowning moment framed Tejeda for the Oakland A's. I said I was going to keep those framed out separate, didn't I? And then I sat there and stacked a bunch of stuff on top of them. So let's just sort that back out real quickly. We'll just get those framed ones back out of there together here now. And it may not matter, but sometimes people want to recap that part. Heirs to the Throne, Mike Trout, Angels. Looks like the Braves are going to have a hit here with Colby Allard. Or Allard. Colby is signed. Yay, signed and relics there. So if you have the Braves, that's a good way to get your night started early on. I always like to get my hits out early when I can if I'm on your side of the thing. You don't feel so nervous the rest of the break. That was a Chris Bryant portrait for the Cubbies. This is a Lefty Williams insert. It just says Chicago, guys. I'll have to look up and see if he was a Cub or a White Sox. I suspect he was a Cub, but I don't know that 100% for sure, so I will check it out before I ship that one out. There's a Roger Maris framed for the New York Yankees. Sam Rice for Washington. There's a framed Perez for the Astros. Gallery of Stars, another Ken Griffey Jr. And that box is in the books. Oh, you've got the Braves tonight, Jay Rivers. Nice. Nice, nice. Hey, are you going to send me a picture of the new cat in the family? Because I'd like to see her. I think you said it was a her, right? I'd like to see her. See what she looks like. I can't believe how quickly she's grown. You said she's twice the size of your other cat now. That's crazy. Does that upset Jack? Is he like mad? because the new cat is twice as big? I don't know. My household is just now thinking about calming back down from that little stray, the one I named Monkey. That has, by now, he's a year and a half old about, and he's been in the house all but maybe the first 3 months or so of his life, 3 or 4 months old when we found him. And I tell you, the house was in just absolute turmoil ever since we brought him in until really recently. And now it's starting to calm down a little bit, and there's, I guess because he's getting older, he's not annoying the other two quite as much. So there's not quite as much, nighttime brawling as there was there for a while here in my house anyway. But what are you going to do? You get these little stray fellas, these little stray guys and gals, and you got to give them a home. There's Aguilar for the Brewers. And Grover Alexander for the Phillies. That's a way back, way back. Of course, a lot of these in here are. Shohei Ohtani, Angels. There's Ricky Henderson portraits for the A's. Ryan Sandberg, Cubbies. Heirs to the Throne, Aaron Judge. Oh, the new kitty's name is Samantha. Samantha? Like the... Oh, I thought that said Samantha Bee. It says Samantha Bree. Okay. I was thinking like the comedian Samantha Bee. Jack is peeved but adjusting, you said. There's a Giancarlo Stanton artist proof for the Yankees, a Gallery of Stars, Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. Javi Baez insert Cubbies. Kyle Wright, Atlanta Braves with a framed rookie card. Trevor Story portraits. There's Rizzo for the Cubbies, stuck to somebody, but he's framed. We'll get him out of there eventually. And it's an A-Rod flashback when he was a Mariner. Reese McGuire, Toronto Blue Jays with a relic. And there's Sisler for St. Louis. Jose Ramirez for the Indians with a crowning moments insert. Flashbacks, Pedro Martinez as a Dodger. Big Papi, David Ortiz. Woohoo! How about that? Autograph too. Red Sox. Yeah, you got Big Papi. That is a nice way to go for the Red Sox. Gallery of Stars Arenado for the Rockies. Another flashback, Kirby Puckett Twins. JD Martinez, Boston Red Sox framed. Heirs to the Throne, Whitley and the Astros. Patty, you said nice card. Are you talking about the Big Poppy for the Red Sox? Sometimes it takes a minute for it to pop up after you guys type it in, so I don't always, you know, like time-wise, a little bit of time has elapsed before it will show up on my side where I can know that you've typed it in. So sometimes I'll read it and think we're talking about one thing, we'll be talking about another. I tell you what, it was almost hot here today. I don't know what kind of weather everyone is having around the country. I think somebody got like a weird freaky snowstorm today, didn't they? Or did I dream that? I want to say that I read somebody got a snowstorm today. But here it was quite warm in the 70s. Tomorrow I think it's supposed to be almost 80 before whatever weird storm dumps the snow on somebody comes through and drops a little cold front and brings some rain in on me over the weekend. But meanwhile, it's nice. Kirk, you said tons of snow. It was Minnesota? Okay. See, I was pretty sure I read somewhere that somebody got a bunch of snow dumped on them. But I couldn't remember if did I read it? I'm thinking, maybe I did. I'm not sure if I read that they were supposed to or they did. So, sounds like they did. And, you know, I would be ticked, too. I mean, it's springtime. If you live in that part of the country and you're getting snow this time of year, you're just not happy, I don't imagine. I wouldn't be. That's too late in the year to be worrying about snow. Cal Ripken, Baltimore Orioles. And that's an Expo, so Randy Johnson has a flashback for the Expos. But once again, the former Expos are the current Nationals, so it goes to the Nationals. Nolan Ryan. He was a Texas Ranger on that card, I think, by the way, that Nolan Ryan. If I didn't say that, because he played, obviously, for more than one team, and sometimes you might have a player in here for more than one team. Is for the Yankees. Ken Griffey Jr. again. Insert Mariners. They were talking about Ken Griffey Jr. tonight on the Reds game. Talking about when he was banging them out of the park. Artist proof Joey Votto for my Cincinnati Reds. Noah Syndergaard framed for the Mets. Heirs to the Throne, Juan Soto. Oh, there's Eloy, baby. That's a nice hit. Very, very nice. Chicago White Sox hitting a little Eloy. I like that. Eloy Jimenez is a good one to hit. Kirk, you're in Minnesota, so like how much snow did you personally get? That was a Ty Cobb framed and a Gallery of Stars Alex Bregman. Like how much snow are you sitting under and how long do they say before it's going to melt, more importantly? That's probably the part you care more about. There's a Kirby Puckett insert. And Jake Bauers, Cleveland Indians. You have some little imperfections you might note down here on both of your lower corners. You do see some imperfections on there. Unfortunately, they tend to show up more when the card has color. If it were a white border, probably we wouldn't have even noticed that. But a crowning moment Goldschmidt that was framed. You already have 5 inches of snow, and it's going to snow until Friday. Oh, Kirk, I am so sorry, man. I am so sorry. That is just not cool. Kyle Tucker, Houston Astros. A flashback Cal Ripken, Baltimore Orioles. Well, see, you said it was 65 on Sunday. See, that's the kind of weird weather we normally get here in Kentucky. We get all the, like it's 80 one day and 20 the next kind of crap. And we have had some of that this year already as well. But I do think we're out of the woods for snow right now. I think we are. I certainly hope we are. It is my belief that we are out of the woods for snow, looking at the extended forecast. I mean, honestly, I'm not thrilled that we're going to be 80 tomorrow and then go back down to 50 or so when the rain and the cold front comes through, but that's a heck of a lot better than where you're sitting, so I guess I will do my best not to complain about it when it happens. Alrighty, kids. That is a framed one for the Dodgers. Of course, old-time Dodgers, you guys probably know, say Brooklyn, because they used to be the Brooklyn Dodgers. This is Miles Straw for the Houston Astros. Piazza as a Dodger. Gleyber Torres and the Yankees. Trevor Story, Rockies. Charlie Keller, New York. I'll have to look it up to tell you which New York. Usually I look that kind of stuff up after the break, but if somebody particularly wants to know, now or at the end of the break, let me know and I can look it up before we log off. Robinson Cano, Seattle Mariners with a couple of bat relics. Maddox as a Brave. Okay. I had him in there as Chicago or whoever before, so I just wanted to make sure he was Atlanta on that one. A crowning moment, Matsui, Gallery of Stars, Ichiro. Well, hang on now. There is a Brooks Robinson heirs to the throne. Wait a minute. Nolan Arenado heirs to the throne. On one, what is that? Hang on now. Huh. All right, we'll set that up there. Molina for the St. Louis Cardinals, framed. Portraits. An Ozzie Artist Proof for the Atlanta Braves. A Bryce Harper Portraits. I'm assuming he's, National still on that card. As they would have printed this before the trade got completed. Numbered to 99, Valdez for the Astros. All right. We are, this box that I'm taking out of the wrappers right now will be the halfway point. So when we finish looking through this box, we'll be right at our halfway mark. All right. Now, here's the question. Are all those heirs to the throne, which I've only seen from the front side up until that Arenado, are they all two-player? Yes, they are. And are they different teams? Yes, they are. Huh. Okay, did not know that. So there are a bunch of heirs to the throne off into the base cards over there that really should have been up here in our housekeeping pile because they have two different teams on them, apparently. Mookie Betts, Red Sox. So what that means, there's a Frank Thomas flashback for the White Sox. What that means to us, Pujols, Angels, is that we'll have to give these out using, well, we'll see. We'll see if we have duplicates of stuff, and if we do, then we might just do one to each team, and if we don't, then we'll end up doing random or something. Mel Ott. And yeah, let's do that. But hang on one second, guys. I'm going to real quickly get the rest of our heirs to the throne out of the base. I know it's going to take me a second, but that way when it comes time to do random, we'll kind of have a handle on what's actually going. So bear with me here for a second, please, while I try to locate the rest of the heirs to the throne so that we kind of know what's what when the time comes. All right, so there's a couple more of them that came from that stack. Let me grab the rest of them. Yeah, I didn't know there was someone on the back of it, obviously, or I would have set them aside as we were going from the get-go. What a drag, right? And so, of course, you know, the other thing that I think is kind of odd is you would think that each one would either have like an old-timer and a current player, or a current player and somebody in the minors, but I don't know. It seems to be kind of a weird mix of players right now, doesn't it? Almost done, guys. Almost done. One more little set here to look through, and then I think we'll have them all pulled out, setting out separately. Yeah, I told you guys it was going to be one of those nights, didn't I? As soon as I knocked the camera into the floor by way of hitting the cord on it, I pretty well knew, yeah, it's going to be one of those nights. Been kind of one of those days anyway. All right, is that all of them? I think it is. I think that's all of them. All right, so now going forward, the rest of our heirs to the throne will go up into that pile along with the ones we've already pulled, and that way we can keep it all separate. It's an Aaron Judge insert and Pujols for the Angels with a framed card. We have a Diamond Deco coming up, and it is for Willie McCovey and the Giants, but all four are baseball bat relics on this one, and also it's numbered to 25. So Willie McCovey, always a fun one to pull. Artist proof for the Indians with Kluber. Gallery of Stars Yelich for the Brewers. A Gallery of Stars Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Juan Soto framed for the Nationals. And a flashback Mark McGwire for the Oakland A's. Crowning moments for the Marlins, Dontrelle Willis. And another Piazza flashback. Matt Chapman, Oakland A's. Oh, wow, Dave Concepcion for my Cincinnati Reds. Oh, you never pull his autograph. That's way cool. Well, I think it's way cool because I'm a Reds fan. It is numbered to 25. It's got some relics. It's got an autograph. And I love it a little bit. I really do. Yeah, that's old-time Reds, baby. Old school Reds right there. Dave Concepcion. I love it. All right, so that puts us at our halfway point right now. 6 boxes in, 6 boxes remain. How are my Reds doing, by the way? Does anybody happen to know the score by chance? Oh, that's going to you, Patty? Cool, cool. I know you'll give that a good home. I love that hit. That's awesome. Where'd Stanglever go? Stanglever was here earlier. Did he wander away? Maybe he was he only in Trifecta? I don't know. He was here. I think he's wandered off. Oh my gosh, the Reds won 2 nights in a row. Oh, I might faint. Not quite the 14 runs we got the other night, but I'll take the win. 2-1 tonight. All right. All right, well, I like that. Thank you, Patty and Kirk. That makes me happy that my Reds managed to somehow thread together 2 wins this week. Some of these have some funky feeling something on the back of them. Like, what is it? Can you see that? You guys see that? That's like, it's like some kind of a funky green substance on the back of some of these cards in this particular pack, and I don't know what it is. See it? It's like it's green or blue or something, and it's yuck. It's sticky too. I don't know what it is, and I haven't felt it on any of the others except this pack. That is Bryce Wilson for the Braves, framed. But it's oh yeah, oh yuck. It's on the back of like all of these. That's the Minnesota Twins. They all have some of that. It's gritty sort of feeling, and it's green. It's green and gritty. I don't know what that is, but it's yucky. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't feel right when you touch it, I can tell you that. Jacob Nix autograph and relic for the San Diego Padres. I don't even know what that could be. Like, what would be green or greenish and gritty? Paul Molitor, Milwaukee Brewers. Oh, that's particularly nice relic there on the left. A 2-color. Another Heir to the Throne. We'll set it up there. Yeah, those weird gritty ones I'm going to set aside in a separate little stack over there. Mariano, framed, Yankees. So that whatever's on the back of them, I can try to brush it off or use, you know, like a little blower brush like you use on a camera. Let's see if I can blow that stuff off of there before I send these out to you. Vlad Guerrero Jr., Toronto Blue Jays insert. Yeah, that's super weird. It's not on any of the others, just that one pack. There's another heir to the throne. That one's Aaron Judge and Babe Ruth. Corey Kluber and the Indians framed. Juan Soto, Nationals. Is there anything under our block? Yes, there is. There's a couple things under there. A flashback Maddox again for the Cubbies. And a handful of base. Pretty excited about honors football on Friday, but man, I'm having a hard time getting very much of it. I even asked some of my reps today. I was like, okay, because you know it's shipping today for me to have it on Friday, release day. So I tried to sweet talk some of them. I'm like, come on, just let me buy some more cases, and I'll pay you a higher price. I'll pay you, you know, whatever you're calling quote unquote market price. So let me buy it at that. And they said no. They said no. They want to wait. They're not going to price it until sometime Friday or maybe even Monday. So in other words, they're going to hold it to really get outrageous sums of money. Which just kills me because like they didn't give me very much to begin with. And I felt like I should have gotten more than I did get from the word go. And if they don't have any left, you know, you're kind of okay with it. It's like, well, I didn't get as much as I wanted, but at least, you know, I got some. But when they don't give you as much as you think you should get, and they hold on to a bunch of it and sell it at a much higher price, then that makes me mad. I know, is that irrational? But it does. It's like if you can't give me what I should get in relation to what I've spent, because you've given it all out so that everybody could have some, that's one thing. But if you don't give me what I should have gotten relative to what I spent simply because you want to hold on to a bunch of it so you can sell it for a whole lot more money, I'm kind of not okay with that. That was Pee Wee Reese for the Dodgers. Ryan Borucki, Blue Jays. And there's another Pee Wee. Framed again, Dodgers. A Gallery of Stars, Arenado. Sean Reed Foley, Toronto Blue Jays have an autograph headed their way. A Gallery of Stars, Bregman. Joey Votto, insert for the Reds. Another heirs to the throne. Forrest Whitley and Nolan Ryan were on that one. Noah Syndergaard. Jose Ramirez, Cleveland Indians. Whoops, now somebody tried to hitch a ride there. Kirby Puckett, Minnesota Twins. There is a flashback for the Orioles, and there's a Jason Giambi for framed for New York. Heirs to the Throne, Nats and Nats. Oh, those are both Nationals. We're still going to set them up there anyway, just because I want to keep them all in one spot. But that's at least you know if you're the Nationals, you got that one no matter what. Both players belong to you. Diamond Deco, Justin Verlander for the Astros. Flashback for the Twins. And there is that box. So I guess tonight is the last of the regular season NBA games too, I think, right? Isn't tonight's the final? Some teams are already finished, I think. New Orleans, maybe, Washington, a handful of them. The rest, I believe, finished tonight, and I think there were still a couple of playoff berths that might have been up for grabs in the East anyway. Definitely there was seeding up for grabs, East and West, but particularly West, I think, depending on how some of tonight's games play out. Kirk, you need an autograph for the Nationals? All right, man, let's try to conjure it up for you. See if we can make it work. So that means it will be the last game for Dwayne Wade. I don't guess the Heat didn't make any kind of playoffs, as far as I know. And then, of course, Nowitzki announced that he was retiring, so he's getting ready to hang it up. This is Kevin Kramer for the Pittsburgh Pirates with an autograph. There is an artist proof for A-Rod as a Ranger, Texas Ranger. Oh, here's another pack that's got the weird sticky, not that one, but starting with these, we're back to some kind of creeping crud on the back of these things. Same thing, see it? It's like, what is that? I don't know what it is, but it feels weird. Gleyber Torres, Yankees. Gallery of Stars, Walker Buehler. And another pack with some kind of residue on the back of it. Perez framed for the Astros. Flashback McGuire for the A's. Yeah, some of those do too. Have the weird stuff on them. Acuna, Atlanta Braves. Diamond Deco. 4 uniform swatches on that one. Heirs to the Throne, Matt Chapman and Beltre. Trevor Story, Rockies. And Heirs to the Throne, Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Josh Donaldson. Paul Goldschmidt, Crowning Moment, D-backs. An Aaron Judge, Gallery of Stars. And there is a little framed Max Scherzer. And by the way, I didn't, it's the Diamondbacks. I say Max Scherzer, I always think Nationals, but it is actually, he's a Diamondback on that particular card. So, got to point that out so no one's disappointed when they get them. But yeah, that pack's got weird stuff on the back of it, the one we just saw. Astros, Miles Straw. Nolan Ryan again for the Angels, I guess, yeah. Just say California on the back. That pack just had residue on the back. Bregman framed for the Astros. I'm actually looking forward to Leaf Metal Draft Football, too. They always have such a good group of signers. They do have Kyler Murray this year. They announced that. Actually, they announced their deal with him before Panini announced the deal with him. So Kyler's definitely amongst the possibilities for Leaf Metal Draft Football. And it's a 15-box case for some reason this year. Instead of the 12, it's a 15, which means there's 75 autographs in the break. Yeah, it's a big one in terms of number of hits. Because they don't do base, so it's all hits in there. That is a Roger Clemens for the Astros. Heirs to the throne, Altuve on the front, Biggio on the back. Blake Snell and the Tampa Bay Rays. Chris Bryant and the Cubbies. An heir to the throne, Trout and Mickey Mantle. Gleyber Torres framed for the Yankees. An Acuna insert went by there as well. Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt, Chicago White Sox. With a relic, a Jersey Kings relic. So the White Sox kind of doing all right tonight. That one is numbered. It is to 25 Javi Baez portraits for the Cubbies. Well, we got one stuck. That's why I always flip those things over. Make sure there's no card or any weirdness stuck to it. It was a Gallery of Stars, Jose Altuve. Shohei Ohtani framed for the Angels. Flashback Beltre as a Dodger. An artist proof Stan Musial, Cardinals. Jacob Nix. This is our second Jacob Nix, isn't it? I think it is. San Diego Padres. Let's see, that is Mathewson, New York. That's the one I've got to look up too. I don't know which New York, but if you want to know, just type it in there. We'll look it up later. Some of these older ones, I don't always remember which is which. Ozzie Albies, framed Atlanta Braves. Syndergaard, Mets. Wade Boggs, Boston Red Sox, flashback. All right, we are next to last here. Next to last box. Oh, that feels like a really thick pack that right there was. So we probably have a relic in it, is my guess. Well, it could have just been a spacer, but I don't know. It felt really thick, so it felt like a relic, but you never know. And, of course, we have that redemption up there, too. Don't forget about it. Up there in the little housekeeping area. All right, here we go. Yelich and the Brewers. A flashback Kirby Puckett for the Twins. We've had a lot of those, it seems like. There's a flashback Beltre again. Gallery of Stars Shohei Ohtani. Loaisiga, framed for the Yankees, an heir to the throne, Soto and Harper. Tukey for the Braves. Hey, hey. How about that? J. Rivers Walsh, you like this, I bet. I think you had you said you had the Braves, right? You gotta love hitting Tukey in there. That's a nice one. Nice one. And look at that. We got another autograph sitting right behind it. At least I'm pretty sure it's going to be an autograph back to back. So maybe they're going to give us an extra one in this box. That is Justice Sheffield. And, of course, you'll note on their Seattle Mariners, he was traded back, January. So they do already reflect it in his cards here. So he is a Mariner there for Sheffield. Rizzo for the Cubbies. So, yeah, back-to-back autographs. That was nice. I mean, literally back-to-back in the pack. Or in the stack, rather, whichever the case may be. Cal Ripken flashback for the Orioles. Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers. Grover Alexander. Yeah, Jay Rivers, I thought you'd like that, Tukey. That's a good one. That's a good one. A framed Giancarlo Stanton when he was a Marlin. So that's headed to Miami Marlins. There is Whitaker and Nolan Ryan on the heir to the throne. Carl Hubble. I suspect this is new. I think he was New York Giants, which again would mean San Francisco Giants, because that's who the New York Giants became once upon a time. They did not become the Mets. Mets are completely different. This is that thick card that I felt earlier, and it is Urias for the Padres. And that means we did indeed get an extra hit out of that box, because we got 2 autographs and that Urias relic. So we did get, dang it, we did get an extra hit. That is twice tonight. Clearly, I have got the cord in the wrong kind of spot to be working well tonight. That is 2 times tonight I have hit the cord and pulled the tripod off the table. So what in the heck? At least that time it didn't go all the way down to the floor, but my goodness. I did change my setup ever so slightly today, but I did not think it would result in me continually grabbing the cord and banging it down into the ground. So, note to self, change the setup back. The placement of the sleeves in the iPod seem to be, or iPad seem to be in the way of where the cord sits. All right, we are in the last box. It is last box mojo time. We need some good mojo, because I'm telling you, my day has been snake bit from top to bottom. And I can't even remember the last time I sent the tripod and camera flying, and I've done it twice in one break. So, yeah. Sorry, guys and gals. It has been one of those days all the way around. I think it must be one of those weird, I'm not really an astrology kind of person too much, but I have a friend who follows, I guess the way you'd say it is like planetary movements, I guess, and when something is in retrograde, then something else gets all out of whack and whatever. Well, whatever it is, it must be happening. This must be the way in the season for it, because I gotta tell you, the last week has just been weird. Javi Baez and the Cubbies, and challenging in an odd sort of way. Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers. You know, just little annoying stuff like that, like running into the camera cord twice tonight, like stuff like that. This makes me think the universe is out of alignment for me at the moment. Harrison Bader, St. Louis Cardinals. That is numbered to 99. And there is another Aaron Judge, Babe Ruth, heirs to the throne. Whatever it is, hopefully it's going to get out of my system today, and we won't have the flying tripod issue tomorrow, hopefully. And there's a framed Eddie Stanky again for Boston, which again is the Boston, if it is the Boston Braves, not the Red Sox. He's an old dude. So, of course, you know the deal. Cards always follow their franchises. Gleyber Torres framed for the Yankees. A gallery of stars there for Benintendi. And we have Matt Chapman for the Oakland A's. And it is a Bat Kings relic. Ichiro, Gallery of Stars, Shohei Ohtani in behind. George Brett and the Kansas City Royals. A Randy Johnson for the Mariners. And that is what we have live. But we have a redemption to flip over to figure out where that goes. And then, of course, we've got some things to recap. And then we've got a housekeeping group of things there with our heirs to the throne, which have two different teams on them, one on the front and one on the back. So let's get this settled up first. Our redemption, it is Shohei Ohtani. Nice, man. We hit Ohtani on a redemption last night. I think it was last night out of Inception, and Ohtani again tonight. Not too bad. Diamond Kings 205 signatures, hollow silver is the insert. So I don't know what that's going to be numbered to, but we'll go wander over here to the Panini website and let it tell us, because it probably will be low numbered, is my guess. But we're going to slide on over here and find out. I figured we would pull some redemption, so I had the base information set up. We just have to get the card set, which was DK205 signature hollow silver. So I guess that's, am I literally gonna, yeah, I guess I am. All right, hollow signatures silver, right? Signatures hollow silver, yeah, that's it. Card number 4, Shohei is numbered to 49. So not too shabby to come out there at the end for the Angels, who were probably, you know, maybe feeling a little forlorn up until then, right? Where you kind of like, wait, what? Where's all my stuff? Okay, there you go, Angels. Now, I'm going to kind of look through these and see how many duplicates we have here. And then that will help me decide the best way to go forward with these, because, you know, when possible, I kind of prefer to let everybody have one, but it's not always possible. There's not always duplicates. A second of that, and a second Matt Chapman. Okay, so in the instance of this one, since we have 2, neither are numbered, they're identical. I'm going to send 1 to the Orioles with the Brooks Robinson, and I'm going to send 1 to the Rockies with the Nolan Arenado. So those are going 1 and 1. We have 3 of these, so I will send 1 to the Astros. Actually, there are Astros on both sides of the card, so it doesn't matter. All those go to the Astros. Matt Chapman for the A's on the front, Beltre for the Rangers on the back. So one's going to go Rangers, one's going to go A's. So those will go 1 and 1. Severino on one side, Roger Clemens on the other. But they, again, same team, so we don't need to worry about them. Trout on one side, Mickey Mantle on the other. So 1 will go to the Yankees, 1 will go to the Angels. I think these are all Nationals, right? Juan Soto and Bryce Harper. Yeah, okay. So those all just straight up go to the Nationals. We have Aaron Judge on the front, Babe Ruth on the back. They're all New York Yankees. No worries there. So that leaves us down to, there's Jose Altuve and Craig Biggio, both Astros. No worries there. So we really only got 2 that have got to be used by way of random. So the others, as I mentioned, the ones that we had duplicates of, it'll be 1 to one team, 1 goes to the other team. These 2 are the 2 that have to go to random. So you have Chris Sale on the front and Pedro Martinez on the back. So it doesn't either because it's Boston on both sides. You have Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Josh Donaldson. So there you go. Nobody has to go to random tonight. Woohoo! Love that. That made our life a little bit easier, didn't it? I like that plan. So then we have portraits numbered to 25 with Javi Baez for the Cubs. That's the lowest numbered card we found tonight. Aaron Judge with our downtown insert. That is for the Yankees. Of course, those downtown inserts do really quite well in basketball and football. They're new to baseball this year. I would imagine that they'll do quite well in baseball also. Would be my expectation anyway. So we have a Willie McCovey to 25 for the Giants. Then numbered to 99, you have Valdez for the Astros. Robinson Cano for the Mariners. And Jake Bauers, Indians. Eloy for the White Sox. That's just an awesome little hit there. Big Papi, Boston Red Sox, David Ortiz. Reese McGuire, Toronto Blue Jays. Then you have Colby Allard for the Braves, or Allard, whichever it is. Philadelphia Phillies with Rhys Hoskins. De Los Santos for the Philadelphia Phillies. Was that numbered? Yeah, it's up at the top. It's numbered to 99. All right, our next recapping stack here. Shohei Ohtani for the Angels. That's going to be numbered to 49. It's in the DK205 signature hollow silver card set. Matt Chapman, Oakland A's, Bat Kings, and relic. I started to say insert. Javi Baez, or Harrison Bader to 99, St. Louis Cardinals. Don't know why I said Javi Baez. Harrison Bader to 99. I told you it's been one of those days. There's Urias, a little imperfection you might note down there on that bottom edge. That is the San Diego Padres, and it is numbered as well to 99. Justice Sheffield for the Mariners. There's little Tukey coming out for the Atlanta Braves, making Jay Rivers happy. This is Jacob Nix for the Padres. Jersey Kings, the Big Hurt, Frank Thomas. Chicago White Sox, a Diamond Deco Acuna, also for the Braves. I forgot we hit that one. And then you have Kevin Kramer for the Pittsburgh Pirates with a little ink. Justin Verlander, Diamond Deco for the Astros. Then it is Sean Reed Foley, Toronto Blue Jays autograph. Paul Molitor, Brewers, numbered 225 with the dual color relic down there on one side. There's your other Jacob Nix if you have the Padres. So you got a pair, and that one with a relic. And then Jose Concepcion, 225 for my Cincinnati Reds. Love my Reds. Okay, so that is the break for tonight and the recap. What I'm going to do one more time is put up the spreadsheet information for those of you who might have missed it. And thank you, everyone, again, for your patience as I knocked the camera twice. I know. And then we had to deal with reselling some teams. It was kind of one of those nights, but thanks, everybody, for hanging in there. I do appreciate you very much. All right, so once again, Diamond Kings, I'm anticipating getting out the door to you on Saturday. As always, if I can get it out sooner, if I will, Saturday, if I can, I will. Saturday is a short post office day, so if something happens and I can't get it all done before the PO closes on Saturday, that means it could slide to Monday, but I'm hopeful for Saturday. The free shipping break tonight of Trifecta will be on the way no later than Wednesday, the 17th, a week from today. So maybe sooner than that, but should not be any later than that. These are the breaks that are coming up, already listed on eBay, that will be breaking in the days ahead. Tomorrow night, a 3-box inner case of Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, 5th and final case of Court Kings basketball, and half case, start of a new case, Topps AAF American Alliance of American Football. First time we'll be breaking that, even though I've had it for a while. One of those, because I forgot to break it when I got it. And we're going to do on Friday night, we're going to start at 9 Eastern, and 2 new items come out that day. Leaf Metal Draft Football and Honors Football. We'll be opening a full case of each one. We'll also open a half case of Gypsy Queen Baseball Friday night, because I'm kind of crazy, and I don't know why I'm opening so much stuff in one night, but hey, we are. On Saturday, we're also starting at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Leaf Metal Draft Football makes a second appearance, as does Diamond Kings coming up again with another 12-box case. Sunday, we're going to open a half case, eight loose boxes, half case of Topps Inception Baseball, and we're going to open 2 cases of Revolution Basketball Chinese New Year Edition. It is an 8-box case, so that is 16 total boxes. It is a different configuration than regular Revolution Basketball, so if you're not familiar with it, be sure and look at the listing description. And then on Monday night, we'll open a third 12-box case of Diamond Kings. That's what we're looking like for the days ahead. And I guess that has got us covered for tonight. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate you a lot. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you again the next time. All right. Bye now.